There are some filtration methods on the basis of which we can even determine the viral size. How to determine the viral size on the basis of the filtration? Just we are going to use the membrane technology. The principle is the physical separation. As far as the principle is concerned, we can physically separate from the virus, from the other impurities, from the bacteria. The extent of the removal depends on the size of the particles. Of course, the size is very important, and if the known virus or the speculated virus, that what kind of virus is this, you can just easily use the porous filtration which you are needed, and you can separate it from the other impurities, and then you can determine the viral size. There are two different kinds. The microfiltration and ultracentrifugation are the filtration techniques which we can use for the determination of the viral size. We can see them one by one. Here is the first of all is the microfiltration. For the purpose of the microfiltration, the pore size of the membrane should be 0.1 to 1 micrometer because it is dependent on the bacteria and the viruses. Therefore, at this pore size of the membrane, there will be most of the bacteria will be just retained or maybe just removed. Only the virus contamination will be there and bacteria will be removed. This is the microfiltration, MF membrane, and there is the pressure. Here you can see on this way. This is the microfiltration and this is the microfiltration membrane. On the basis of the pressure, here are most of them the infected particles, and this is the bacteria, and the viruses will be just separated from the bacteria, and on the basis of these membranes you can just speculate the size of the viral particles and what is the size of the particle. Now the application of the microcentrifugation, the cold sterilization of the beverages and pharmaceuticals. This is most importantly used in the pharmaceuticals industry, and of course in the beverages, the different kind of the juices, fruit juices, wines and beers, you can just make them clear from the, therefore to remove the viruses and bacteria and make them any kind of the infection free, you can use microcentrifugation. Separation of the bacteria from the viruses, there are different procedures for which we need to separate the bacteria from the water, and similarly we need to isolate, or we need to separate the organic, just like the oils and the water emulsions. Water emulsion industry and the paints industry can also be used in this application. And then the reverse osmosis process is also very important, and this such a microcentrifugation can also be used. And solid liquid separation for the pharmacies or the food industry, there are a lot of procedures which are going to happen upon in the pharmaceutical industry and food industry, and this can be applied for these industries too. Then is the ultracentrifugation. The pore size is much smaller as compared we were studying before. It is 0.001 to 0.1 from the liquids. So of course in this pore size, and we are going to do the centrifuge, ultracentrifugation, you will be able to see a lot of the viruses and the bacteria, get rid of them, or you can just separate them from the normal. Just like the dairy industry, the cheese and milk industry is going to use the ultracentrifugation. Food industry is very important, and we are going to impurify from different proteins, so we are using this ultracentrifugation in the food industry. Then the metal industry, oils and water emulsions, separations, paint treatment, the paint industry, it will be using this. And then the textile industry. However, most important of them is the dairy milk industry and milk and cheese, which are going to mate, and they are going to use this ultracentrifugation process.